She was just doing her job comforting a crying baby on the cold, hard floor. No fanfare, no cameras, just a black daycare teacher giving everything she had. But when a billionaire walked in and saw her, everything changed. What happened next wasn't just a viral moment, it exposed the truth about who we value and who we ignore. This story shook the internet, but the real question is, will it change anything? For 27-year-old daycare teacher Alicia Johnson, every day was about love, patience, and the quiet sacrifices no one sees. She worked at Little Sprouts Learning Center, a small but bustling daycare in a working-class neighborhood. The pay was barely enough to cover rent, but Alicia didn't do it for the money, she did it for moments like this. Late one evening, long after the other staff had gone home, she cradled a fussy infant in her arms, humming softly until the baby finally drifted off. With no crib available, she did what any devoted teacher would. She laid the child gently on a blanket and curled up beside them on the floor, using her own sweater as a pillow. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't supposed to be seen. But then, the door opened, the door creaked opener. Sound Alicia barely registered until the sharp click of designer shoes echoed across the quiet room. She lifted her head, blinking against the fluorescent lights. Standing in the doorway was a man in a tailored suit, his expression unreadable. She recognized him instantly. Daniel Carter, tech billionaire, philanthropist, and, as of last month, the new owner of Little Sprouts Learning Center. Alicia scrambled to her feet, smoothing her wrinkled scrubs. "Mr. Carter, I didn't realize you'd be visiting so late." Her voice was steady, but her hands trembled. The baby stirred, letting out a soft whimper. Carter didn't respond. His gaze flickered from the child on the floor to Alicia's exhausted face. Then, his lip curled. "Is this how you care for children here? On the floor?" The disdain in his voice was like a slap. Alicia's stomach dropped. The cribs were all occupied, and he wouldn't stop crying. "I just wanted him to—" "Unacceptable," Carter cut her off, pulling out his phone. "Do you have any idea the liability this creates? The optics." He snapped a photo, Alicia frozen in place, the baby still drowsing on the blanket. Before she could react, he turned on his heel. "We'll discuss this tomorrow, with HR." The door slammed. Alicia's breath came fast. This wasn't about safety. It wasn't even about the baby. It was about her, a black woman daring to improvise in a space where she was already invisible. The next morning, whispers followed her down the hallway. Coworkers avoided her gaze. Then, the email. "Meeting in conference room B, 10 a.m. But when Alicia arrived, it wasn't just HR waiting for her. It was the press. The conference room door swung open, and Alicia's blood ran cold. Cameras flashed. Reporters leaned forward, microphones outstretched. At the head of the table, Daniel Carter stood with a practiced smile, gesturing to the blown-up photo of her on the floor with the baby. The headline beneath it screamed, "Unfit for care." "This," Carter announced, "is why I'm implementing stricter oversight at Little Sprouts." Alicia's knees nearly buckled. Oversight. This was a witch hunt. The room erupted in murmurs, but one voice cut through, a journalist in the front row. "Mr. Carter. ISNT, this teacher, the same one parents praised last month for staying late during the storm." Carter's smile tightened. "Compassion is no substitute for protocol." Then a sound. BZZZ, BZZ. A phone lit up on the table. Then another. And another. A video was spreading like wildfire. Her video. The baby's mother had posted security footage from that night, time-stamped, uncut. There was Alicia, rocking the child for 47 minutes before gently laying them down. There was Carter, snapping the photo without context. And there, in the corner of the frame, the empty cribs, all occupied by other sleeping children. The room exploded. Reporters shouted questions. Carter's PR team lunged for his elbow, but it was too late. The truth was out, and Alicia, she stood tall, tears burning behind her eyes. This wasn't just about keeping her job anymore. It was about who gets to tell the story and who gets to control it. The viral video changed everything. Within days, #JusticeForAlicia trended nationwide as parents from Little Sprouts shared countless stories of her dedication. The baby's mother became Alicia's fiercest advocate, revealing how that night had actually been Alicia's third time staying late that week, unpaid. Daniel Carter's PR team scrambled as major sponsors pulled out. His apology statement rang hollow when journalists uncovered his history of union busting at other childcare centers. Meanwhile, donations for Alicia surpassed $250,000. Not that she kept it. She used every cent to start the Little Protectors Fund, providing grants for underpaid educators of color. But the real victory came when security footage exposed the full truth. Carter had actually walked past 3 white teachers also improvising care solutions that night. Only Alicia faced consequences. The pattern was undeniable. Today, Alicia still teaches. But now, with a union contract guaranteeing fair wages, her story sparked legislation in 7 states protecting childcare workers' rights. That baby, she comforted. His parents named her honorary godmother. This was never just about one photo or one billionaire. It was about whose labor we value and whose love we criminalize. About how quick we are to doubt black women's competence, while expecting their superhuman compassion. That floor was hard. The system is harder. But when light finally hits the cracks, that's when everything changes. So I ask you, who's the Alicia in your life? And more importantly, will you recognize their worth before it goes viral? The cameras have stopped rolling, but the work hasn't. Will you be part of what happens next?